Philadelphia, here they come, team of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody. For Philadelphia, 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody. For Philadelphia, 76ers. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Here come the Sixers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia, 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia, 76ers. Clap your
Williams in the penetration, and it's knocked away by a tumble into the hands of Peterson. Antonio Davis.
Sixers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia, 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia, 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia, 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia, 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody.
Welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Sixers. And boy, oh boy, was the snow game a fluke? Was they just missing a big fella? Because boy, oh boy, did we see a different team tonight than we saw in the night before. Shout out to the Sixers for winning 139 and 122, man. How you feeling, Carl, man? You got to be excited. You got to
Well,
be.
The word for the night, the word that sticks out for me is urgency. That's what I saw a lot of this team, a sense of urgency that they need to have every night, BG. You know, on the defensive end, on the offensive end, making passes, dribbling the ball. It was intention in everything they did. And BG, they heard you. It wasn't just the two-man show with Maxey and Embiid. They threw wrinkles in that play.
Welcome back, Jay. Welcome back, Jay.
What up, Jay? What up,
Going
Jay?
on, man?
What up, Jay? How
My
are you
bold
feeling?
prediction. My bold prediction.
Which refresh our memory again.
I said Paul George always kills Milwaukee. I said a triple-double, but I said he always kills Milwaukee.
And
Paul,
That's just the
Paul
known
George
fact.
only heard Paul George only heard one thing from you, Jay. He heard triple.
Yeah, but I also
because boy was he hot from three, dog. He heard triple. He didn't think about triple double means double.
No, I said
in three categories. He only heard you say triple, and he was hitting from three tonight, man. He showed up.
He said, listen, I heard Jay said that I'll be cooking these dudes, so let me go out there and eat. And I think it's a Doc Rivers thing. I think he wanted to get back at him. You know, Doc Rivers had some bad things to say about PG back in the day.
Yo,
so Paul George went off. He went off.
9 for 15 from three. 9 for 15 from three. And, you know, I want to adjust something in the chat. Love to everybody. Maybe this your first time. We traditionally play that song after every Sixer win. That's not our jump off song.
Yeah, if you go to a Sixers game and the Sixers win, you're gonna hear that song. That if you don't know,
now you know.
You might be in the wrong place. If you don't
back to the regular schedule program.
Well,
She
regular
is,
schedule program, we right at the time, man. Let's start off right. I wanted to wait for our guest to get here. Jay got here a couple seconds late, but look, the floor is yours, Jay. Who gets your flowers tonight?
Paul George. Well, I think two people.
Don't you
Paul George
do
and Embiid.
it! Don't you do it! Don't you do it!
you
We
trying
have
to
a
split your
rule here.
flower.
We
You
have a
trying to
rule
split
here
your
on Eat
flower.
Sleep Sixers. I know that there are a million people that can get it, but you're only allowed to give your flowers to one player.
Paul George.
Boom.
Paul George for sure. He needed
Boom.
this. He needed this.
You know what, BG? Please allow me a little bit of time.
The floor is yours. Matter of fact, hold on. Give me hey Jay, give me a second real quick. Hold on, give me a second real quick. Let me put the big fella up here. Go ahead. Because he got somebody to talk to.
Sometimes in life, you go through challenges, you go through setbacks, and you have a moment to choose who you're going to be in that moment. We got a young kid on this team that's been trying to figure himself out on the team again. He's been trying to find his rhythm, and I've actually found it tonight, and he found it too. What's been missing in McCain's game has been his rhythm. McCain plays at a different rhythm than everybody else on the floor that actually makes him elite as a guard. He found that tonight. Will it be consistent? Will we see it on forward? I hope so, because this is what we're missing off that bench. 18 points, stretching the floor, running the floor as a point guard. He was doing things we were used to seeing McCain was doing from last year. Is McCain back? I hope so. He gets my flowers tonight. Thank you, BJ.
Yeah, the verdict is definitely out. We don't jump off of ledges and say after one game he's back, but it felt good to see that kid get out of, I don't even want to say the funk. He just wasn't himself yet. Like a injury like that, you don't get into really NBA game shape instantly. And
Salute, Prophet.
the bad part about it is he played for the Philadelphia 76ers. And one thing about the city of Philadelphia is, I said it in the reel we put out a couple weeks ago, we forget about what you did for us yesterday. What you doing for us today? And he was falling victim to that, with the city falling back in love with falling in love with VJ and kind of forgetting, hey, this guy kind of not really kept us afloat last year, but he made it okay to watch a Sixers game last year when we were clearly tanking until he got hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he was able to get some Sixers fans back on his side, able to see the ball go through the hole a couple times today. Definitely well-deserved flowers, Carl. Definitely well-deserved. As much as I wanted to give him to McCain, I did want Carl to have the floor for that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the start off from Embiid was it gave us what we needed at the beginning of the game. One thing we struggle with is first quarters and third quarters. First quarters and third quarters, we tend to come out the locker room flat. We won the first and the third, and the first was pretty much won by the big fella, man. The big fella saw Miles Turner and saw food, and it was go from the word go. So my flowers go to Embiid tonight. As much as I want to give him to McCain, but I don't like doubling down on flowers. McCain deserves what Carl gave him, but I'm gonna go with Embiid.
But you see Cap in the chat. Cap know what's up with us already. He said, ho, ho, ho. There's only one game. And we talked about that, Cap. It is only one game. We need more of a sample size before we could get excited.
We said that. I made sure to preface that before we gave him the love that we need to see it more consistently. But be clear, this is the flowers for tonight. So he deserves the praise that we're giving him tonight.
For sure.
That's all we're saying. We're not saying, watch out, McCain about to average 25 for the season. No, we're just saying we hope that it continues. And tonight, he deserves that pat on the back. He definitely deserves it.
Yeah, I agree.
Most definitely. You know, what made me proud the most about the PG performance as I watch him giving post game amongst his peers. What I mean by his peers, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony, they are all announcers. And PG still out there getting it done.
Damn, you segue into something perfectly.
Let's do it.
I wanted to give my flowers to NBC.
Excellent, bro.
Oh, we had Reggie Miller calling our game, and the halftime show was T-Mac, Melo, and Vince.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
the NBA getting this shit right, dog. As
Yep.
much as I don't love that
NBC is getting it right.
every app, every channel, you gotta download this to get the NBC got that right.
NBC is definitely getting it right.
That
But
caliber of stars calling our games.
what I wanted to bring up in that instance, that Vince kind of poked a little bit of fun at PG. I think it was second quarter. They sped off. He was talking and he was like, "Yeah, PG trying to play D out there. He trying to do it. He causing distraction. No, PG is still prime PG on defense, and he's getting it done out there. On defense, he's still prime out there, man."
Yeah, while I was watching the game, I was saying, "Damn!" I said, "If we don't get clear-cut Flowers, I might get a Flowers to NBC." Like, I just enjoyed when I was watching a halftime show. I was like, "Yo, growing up, I don't remember the superstars of old being on the camera in front, like T-Mac, a group of T-Mac, Carmelo, and Vince." That shit is fire, dog. I love that. I love that the players are more involved. The ex-players are more involved in media than they were in years past. I love that, man.
Well, you got to think about it too. Maybe it's the passing of the torch. You got the Shaqs, you got the Barkleys, you know what I mean, and that crew of guys.
But the only thing with them is they were picked up by TNT. TNT had that staple of, hey, we're going to hire these basketball players to do this. All the other networks had guys who just were good at their job. They really didn't lean into the former players as much. But I love that they lean into the former players. I love that. I love that.
You know, Jay.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about, us going forward? What you saw tonight? Do you think this is sustainable? And how can it be sustainable?
Well, yeah, I think first of all, I think what people don't understand about Paul George is who he is. I think everybody's missing that point. They seeing him, he struggled a little bit here and in the beginning of the year, but Paul George, he's the type of player that you're going to need in the playoffs. Like, he's going to be one of them guys that's going to be a key piece to what we need in the playoffs, because we're going to need that defense. We're going to need that experience. He's poised. He don't make turnovers. And he's not going to be one of those guys, like, to be honest, everybody trying to compare him to Tobias. He's a way bigger upgrade.
Oh, yeah. Come on,
because of, of the stuff he's bringing to the table, especially that defense. Like y'all said, that defense, that's huge. Yeah. And then he gonna make shots. Like, he's not gonna be one of them guys gonna get 20 and 30 anymore. Like, that's probably over with because we have Max and Embiid, but he's gonna be them guy. And you know the thing too about what I like about him is when you play in a 7-game series, if you can get 1 or 2 big games from your third piece, that's huge.
That's clutch.
I think he's one of them guys that could do that.
That's the key. That's what we were missing from Tobias in years past, was having that third guy. Yo, this playoff game is game 3, and B gave us everything he could in game 1. Maxey gave us everything he could in game 1 and 2, and they just off in game 3. Hey, Tobias, could you squeeze in 18, 20? Nope. Could you make them change their scouting report just for one game? Just step up in that way. And like to Jay's point, man, I think Paul George definitely can step into that role when needed.
Just to ad lib off of that, if you could put Phil comment up there about him not being a $50 million man no more. I think people equate money to points per game. And, the game of basketball is played on so many different spectrums than just scoring. PG affects so many different categories in the game. I feel he's more than worth that money.
I agree.
Especially for this team. What's needed for this team? Go ahead, Jack.
But why do people look at the money part of it? Because the thing is, okay, $50 million, all right, he's making that much. So a lot of people saying, well, you can use that $50 million to get somebody else. I'm not confident in most other players that could go into the playoffs as a third piece and give us what we need. Because you always see that third piece, for some reason, they'll either be, it's too much, the lights is too bright, or whatever the case may be in the playoffs. They're not going to give you that. So I'd rather have him as my third piece than have some regular, third guy like Tobias, somebody else that's not going to perform in the playoffs. I'm good with PG. I don't care about the money. I'm good with it.
Yeah, a lot of people get caught up in that money situation, and it's about putting the best roster on the floor. When we got PG at the time that we got PG, This is what his
It was a
number
good move.
was. We just couldn't avoid the fact that we were replacing a max guy, quote unquote, and Tobias Harris with another max guy.
Most definitely.
We had like it's just what it is. Like no matter how old he was, no matter how much people don't think he deserved it, at the time that was the market. Either we get him for that number or we don't get him and we lose Tobias and don't have him.
I think people get mixed up because what they're saying is the money, 50 million. It's not that. It's the years. That's what the issue is, I think, more so than the money. People are talking about the 50 million. So what? I think it's the years because he's older and it's going to be, it stretches out. That's the only problem I have. I don't care about the 50 million.
That was my only beef with Embiid's contract was the fact that we extended him the second time that we didn't have to. It's like, why commit yourself to those years? The price is the price. The price is the price. But the years that they added on to Embiid's contract on that last extension, I didn't love.
Right.
Well, I have a rebuttal to that.
Go ahead.
I disagree because the Paul George thing, I think, because he's older and I feel like his is 5 years. Embiid, I think he's one of them guys where you have to manage his time and stuff like that in the regular season. The regular season shouldn't matter. If you have Embiid in the playoffs healthy, that's what I care about. So if you can stretch him out for 4 or 5 years, if you don't have him play that much in the regular season and he'll be in the playoffs healthy, I'm good with that. He's only
You know what? To definitely ad lib off of that. That's why, even though I think it's weird, I think they will keep 3 centers on the roster, Bona and Drummond, or Drummond or somebody else, because of that fact, like y'all just said, they want to keep Joel fresh towards the playoffs. And in order to do that, he is going to miss some games, whether people like it or not. But as long as we could get him, like they said tonight in the broadcast, a healthy Embiid in the playoffs. Doc Rivers said it himself. If y'all missed it, he's the most talented player he's ever coached. And he's
I didn't know he said that.
All the same players. And talent has never been the question. It's always been durability. And if he can be durable in the playoffs, bro, lights out.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. And you think about this, if you manage him, what they call a ramp up or whatever the case, in the regular season, and coast through the regular season and then have him for the playoffs, he's worth it for me. You know what I'm saying? He's only 31 too. So if he can play, because look at him right now. He took a year off, right? A year off. I think that helped him become what he is right now because he didn't play.
He was
so if you don't play for a long time and you ain't gonna get that, you come back, you get in shape, and then you heal up, give him time to heal. And look where he's at right now. So I feel like in the regular season, we have to just get used to him not playing that much. In the playoffs, that's where we need him. And I think we'll be dangerous if he's healthy in the playoffs. If he's healthy in the playoffs, we have a good chance.
My only problem with your statement, Jay, I agree with you 100%. That's the crazy part. It's crazy that I'm going to say I disagree with you because I agree with you 110%. But we have been saying that statement for about 8 years.
But
I get it. But we've been saying and you can't, and then you just said a statement, look at what he's doing right now. We've seen this level of talent. We still just always going to be banking on that if. That's the only thing with me.
Yeah, but okay, but can I answer this question? Mm-hmm. When have we ever said, all right, let's sit him down for like most of the season and let him just, I noticed like this is the first season I've seen where we saying, all right, you chill, you ain't playing back-to-backs. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let you rest. Like he's not playing like he was before. He was playing every game. He's trying to win MVP. And we was taking the regular season too serious. So he was getting hurt. You can't play him a whole season. And B's not built for that. So you have to manage him with kid gloves. Unfortunately, you have to bubble wrap him.
Right.
And that's how you have to play him. Like he's doing this year. Every other year, they overplay him to me. He's trying to carry the team. He's hurt. They letting him play. He's playing back-to-backs. He's going to get hurt. His body's not built to play a regular season. It's just not.
And then if you keep it a buck and you look around the NBA, what superstar isn't getting load managed at this
exactly?
Point? We just happen to be in Philly where we hard-nosed blue collar. We want them to strap it up every game. I get all of that, man. But if I could get this Joel Embiid from him getting the proper rest, I'm all for that. It's just a matter of sustaining winning without him.
That's
That's
key.
That's been a bad drawing, bro.
And that's what the problem is. That's why I get mad at Maxey so much, because I wanted Embiid to sit out for a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? And then when Maxey's in charge and he's leading the team, we just can't. Embiid has to play, unfortunately. And I'm hoping that Paul George gets groove, and you know what I'm saying. And that's another thing about I don't understand with Paul George. He be missing games too. I don't get his situation because I don't know what his injury is. You know what I'm saying? He's missing games, and that's the problem, because I think Morey picked him up because of Embiid. He probably like, I want to make sure that we have another piece so that when he sits out, we'll have Paul George and Maxey. I think that was what Morey's mindset was.
Right.
And then in the playoffs too. Get somebody in the playoffs.
Absolutely. To answer this question on the screen, man, for a second-year player, to be totally honest, I like where Bona's at. I do think he could get sharper IQ wise, basketball IQ wise, but what second-year player doesn't? The problem is I feel Drummond has more to offer this team than Bona can right now. This year. Futuristic, hey, but as long as you have Drummond on the roster, I don't really see the reason for DMP and Drummond and having Bona play unless there's something in the works.
It looks like I've just been analyzing it for the last couple of weeks. It looks like when Embiid is going to sit a back-to-back, they play Drummond, and then he doesn't play the game that Embiid plays because he played those starter-ish minutes. If you just look at every time that Embiid sits, Drummond plays that game, and then the day that Embiid comes back, Bona's the backup center. And almost every single time, it looks like they're managing. Look, when we don't have a center, when we don't have our center, Drummond, you're the guy. But when Embiid's here, I'm not gonna lie. To answer the question, I love Bona. I love Bona because his ability to shot block, his ability to rim protect, his ability to run the floor. He's athletic. When we got a lineup of Maxey, VJ, PG,
that's what
like
I'm
when
saying.
they running up and down the court, that's who I want out there catching rebounds, catching lobs. That's who I want out there. I no knock the Drummond, but it's just his fit is more for our starting lineup, even though Embiid's our starter. Drummond's better when he's with those guys. When he just come in with the bench lineup,
that's what I'm saying.
They be up and down the court. I like Bona.
I'll say this to that. What about those games when Drummond doesn't play and we get out rebounded by 20, 30 rebounds, bro? What about those games where Bona is not rebounding? He is not a great rebounder of the ball. And if you got a game where Joel is not rebounding well and he's not coming in and rebounding, that's a bad joint. So I want my big man to come off the bench and get me boards because my starting big man isn't a great rebounder. I'm just being honest.
But think about this. If you have Drummond in there, right? Because you basically saying what you're saying, you rather Drummond or Bona?
I'd rather Drummond be my first big man off the bench, is what I'm saying.
But the problem I have with him is when you have that running lineup in and you have Maxey and Drummond, that's going to be bad because he can't run with them.
Right,
so
right.
Maxey on that side. 105, and now, you know what I'm saying? If you have Bona in there, they're going to have to like watch out for Bona on that alley.
Right.
Bona is horrible on offense, but on a break, he can be dangerous.
I agree with you.
That's why I can't have him in there. You know what I'm saying? I can't have him in there with certain lineups. Maxey in there, we got VJ. Drummond is gonna be it's not gonna work out. I mean, he'll get rebounds, he's gonna pass to Maxey. Maxey's gonna be 105. It's not, I don't like
listen, it's a good problem to have. You know what I'm saying? We have two capable backup bigs. I just prefer the wily veteran, and yes, he's a little bit slower and less athletic than Bona, but what he lacks in athleticism, he had. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. Rebounding, and then And he's not. He has a good basketball IQ, unlike Bona.
Yeah,
So,
He's not going to slug down the floor, Jay.
With both players, they both have their pluses and minuses with whatever type of lineup they're in. It's just what Nick Nurse is feeling at the time, and I think I truly believe in my heart that's what Nick Nurse is doing. He is playing Drummond when Embiid can't play.
That's why you have him.
He's just playing him when Embiid can't play.
Yeah, you got to have both.
Cap, I'm not just speaking of tonight. I'm speaking of a whole with Bona. I'm not just talking about just tonight. I'm talking about every game he's played. Great game tonight. Great, performance tonight. But there's been some games, i.e. last game, i.e. the game before that. He's not a great rebounder of the ball, bro. Not at this point.
I don't understand that.
No. Bottom line.
And that jump like that and that speed, I don't understand how he don't.
Not only that, let's dig in a little bit further since you want to dig in the chat. He makes stupid fouls, very stupid fouls.
He does
3-point shots, 2 of them.
He wants to block everything. He don't have the IQ to understand that. Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Y'all remember? Y'all both should be of age to know what I'm talking about. Y'all remember the movie Sunset Park?
Oh yeah.
Remember Spaceman? Remember Terrence Howard? Spaceman.
He's Spaceman. He's Spaceman.
Every team need a guy like that though. Like when he be getting them thunderous drop step dunks out of nowhere when Maxey just decided to kick it out kick it to him right when the big man jumped. Dog, he be making the crowd go crazy. He be rock like we just need a spaceman. We need a spaceman. I don't mind him. I like Bona. I'm a fan.
Like I said, both of those big men bring something that this team needs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Both of them do in different matchups and stuff. That's why I say you might got to keep these guys around. It's a good problem to have.
The chat said Big Bona. Hey, yo.
Whoa.
Yeah.
With him, I wish he had a little bit of offensive game, just a little bit more, because I've seen him miss layups. And then it seemed like when he gets the ball, it's like self-check. So now they gonna double off of him with somebody else. If he had a little bit of the offensive game, it would help. You know what I'm saying? It would help.
Yeah, agreed.
After a while, teams scheme out the fact that you're gonna roll every time off of that pick. You cannot pop. You cannot shoot. So teams will play us differently after a while with bonus. But listen, you need role players to come in and do what role players do, and that's
the key. That's the key. Somebody put in the chat a minute ago that we want everybody to be Embiid or Joker. No, I need a Dembona to be a Dembona. I need Andre Drummond to be everybody to just play their role perfectly. And tonight, I will say, man, it felt like that type of night. Now I'm hoping that when itchy trigger finger Grimes get back, that it don't take away from Grimes minutes.
But
Jesus Lord,
what about the Bassey guy? They're gonna have
Bassey did just sign, but he just signed a 10 days. So I'm guessing they trying to figure out what they're gonna do. A lot of people have been chirping in the chat saying they think Drummond's gonna get traded, and that's why Bassey's here, and that's why certain things was moved around.
No, Bassey's here to get Barlow. Bassey's here to get the Barlow contract.
Yes. They're swapping contracts, and he's going to get a legit contract here, and he's going to get his 2-way contract. That's how that's going to go.
I like Bassey. I like Bassey when he was here the first time when he left. I told you when I ran into him, right, Carl?
He's one of the lost
children. When I ran into him in San Antonio, I was like, please come back to Philly.
He's one of the lost children, man. Guys we had potential and just floated in the wind. But now that we're here, Brother Jay, BG, first and foremost, thank y'all for y'all service. I'm going to say it as a civilian. It's always an honor.
I'm a civilian now, too.
Well, both of y'all are civilians now, too, but we know y'all weren't civilians at one point, and we appreciate your service. We also appreciate you, Jay, pulling up with the fam, chopping it up with us whenever we want to talk Sixers, man. Y'all will be seeing more of Jay along this season. BG, you know what it is.
All right, y'all know what it is, man. Look at the top of the screen. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. We go by word of mouth advertising. So don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend about the Eat Sleep Sixers podcast. If you're not subscribed yet, what is you doing? Like, if you don't got notifications on, what is you doing? You don't even need your notifications. You know we're going to be here 30 minutes before the game. You know we're going to be here for 30 minutes after the game, man. Y'all already know. Join us back here for our next game. Who we got? Let me tell you who we got. Hold up. We got the Kings on Thursday. Sabonis is back. That team, I like that team. I like the Kings. I like us to win, though, man. I like us to win. With that being said, we'll see y'all on Thursday. Eastley, hey, Jay, don't leave. When I say bye, stay here. Don't hit no buttons, okay?
Nah, I'm good. We good.
All right. See y'all next game. Peace.